welcome to another episode of Chats with Vlad. Episode 9. I think we'll call this one Games People Play. Let me elaborate. We've been a little bit too serious lately. I don't want you folks to get the wrong idea. I don't want you to think that I'm all seriousness. No. When I say games people play, this isn't a political pull-in or ploy. This isn't a conversation you probably didn't want to get in with me. No, I actually mean games. Not exactly Yahtzee or Monopoly, although if you want to add that in the comments, we can talk about it. I'm talking about video games. I'm talking about mobile games. PC, Xbox, PlayStation. You see, personally, I'm a Black Ops fan. Call of Duty, that is. I've been playing since Black Ops 1. My favorite map, as you probably surmised, is Call of the Dead. How could you not like that? Danny Trejo, Sarah Jessica, whatever her name is, Michael Rook. And who was the last one? Why, our old friend Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. And you could play as the characters, and you got to beat the shit out of George Romero repeatedly. At least if you knew how to play the map, you did. 8 perks for everybody. Black Ops 2 is great, and 3, I love the zombies experience in that one, and I played multiplayers here and there. Black Ops 4, though, I thought they fucked up zombies royally. I made it to level 48 on 9, and then quit. Not Black Ops 4, but zombies. I actually started playing Blackout. Now there's a game, a huge map. You drop 99 people onto this map and have them kill each other any way they can. Such fun. Such fun. But I digress. I started playing Cold War Zombies. Never quite made it to multiplayer, although don't get me wrong, I'm well versed in, how shall we say, the meat grinder. As a matter of fact, I was playing Modern Warfare 2 beta recently. A couple new things. The invasion's interesting. It's you and 19 players on your side, 20 players on another side, with a whole bunch of AI thrown in, getting to 1,500 points on very elaborate maps with vehicles now even. This will be interesting, but they have a lot of work to do. Other than that, and a couple other new game modes, though it seems like the same old meat grinder. This one doesn't even have zombies, not that the last one did either. But I was, earlier this year, led to believe that there could be zombies, but now I'm hearing 24 zombie fans. Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with the meat grinder. See you there. Yeah, I need to tell a joke, I think. So, there's a Japanese man who walked into a currency exchange in America. He gave the woman behind the desk 2,000 yen, and she gave him $77. The next day he came back, and he gave her 2,000 yen again. This time she gave him $66, and he said, "Why you give me less?" And she said, "Because of influctuation." He said, "Flex you too, crazy American." Think about it. Okay, so here's another one. 2 hunters went out in the South Carolina forest going hunting. One of them got a really sweaty, glazed look about his face, and he dropped His eyes were glazed over. His partner pulled out his cell phone, called 911, and he told the operator, "My friend, he's on the ground. He looks like he's dying." And the woman said, "Well, we have to make sure that he's dead. Have you checked? Have you made sure he was dead?" The guy goes silent. A second later, you hear a gunshot on the cell phone. He comes back on the phone. "Well, I made sure he's dead." Think about it. Back to what we were saying. I gotta remember, I have clowny things to do. I can't be here all night, although I'm sure you just love that. A captive audience is always a refreshing sight to behold. I digress, though. I wanted to bring up these crazy mobile game ads. They tell you that the game's one way, but that the game ends up being completely different. They make you think that Lucky Buddies is going to be a tower defense or one of those little stickman type shoot 'em up games, and then you go in and it's a coin slot game where they're trying to get all of your money. It didn't work on me, but I wonder how many people it did work on. Quite a bit, I'm sure. Quite a bit. And then the envoy, the king's return. They have a whole bunch of Slavic or Lithuanian people, and then they dub over the voices to make them sound more American. But here's the thing, though. When you get into a game like that, what you're looking at isn't actually the game. It's a little side game that you may once in a while get to play. And even that gets old rather quickly, and they figured that one out quick. They know they can't just make a game like that. It would be pointless, so they always have the same war kind of game where you invade other people and you have little colonies and you have to build your city and do this and do that and pay them lots of money and you can have speed ups and blah, blah, blah. We all know how it ends. You broke, no date on a Friday. You know what I mean. Me personally, I avoid them like the Black Plague. I'd rather deal with the ones where you have to watch a million ads. So far, the only few games that I've found were like Mob Controller, Angry Birds. Those are actually exactly what they offer. But all these other games are the same war kind of game where you have to attack people, and it's like the same program but with different skins. They're just a little bit different, but they're all the same game. All of them. I was going to try another one tonight. It was called Last Fortress. They're claiming to be exactly as advertised too. I'll let you know how that one works out. We won't be prejudiced, though. We'll look into it, and I'll get back to you later on that. Anyway, back to the whole game thing. And don't even get me started. They try selling these games with sex. It's like, oh, look at the sexy kitty lady on this one. And then they show her tits, and they're like fucking some saggy fucking grandma titties down to her. It's like, god damn, dude, where is your audience going with this? And then you have other games like... Don't even get me started on the gardenscapes and the homescapes. My God, that woman and that poor child, they're gonna burn. My God, that woman and that poor child, they're gonna die of thirst. My God, that woman and that child, they're trapped out in the cold and you need to get them to the cold. And every time it's the same asshole pulling the wrong pins. And I'm not talking about watching the same commercial over and over and over. I mean, these are all separate, different commercials, and every time they find a new way to make these poor people pay. I have a brother. His name's Johan. I told him about this, and he got all emotional when I showed him one of the commercials. He's like, my God, what are they doing to those poor people? The guy's a fucking idiot. And I was like, I know. But here's the thing, I reminded him it was just a computer-generated image, but he still got emotional anyway. And you won't like Johann when he's emotional. No. Did I mention Johann has a flamethrower? I don't even want to start on the machete collection. Anyway, these games, they're unoriginal now. All the Call of Duty ones seem the same. The only thing that I see for hope-wise in the future is there's a Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie coming out. I meant game coming out. Hopefully the second Killer Clowns will come out shortly after that, though. That's why that Freudian slip happened. But back to what I was saying. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is going to be a first-person shooter, but one side will be the clowns with their weaponry and their gadgets, a host from dog-sniffing balloons to acid pies to cotton candy guns in bubble rays. You even get to play different clowns that you've seen in the movies. And there's different people on the other side. There's, I think, cops, hoods, different people with different abilities, different weapons all over the game. If nothing else, it sounds pretty interesting. Oh, look at the time. I have to go. What I want you to think about tonight is this. I enjoy first-person shooters, but I also enjoy puzzle games. And I enjoy, hell, if you put Monopoly on a video game format, which they did and which I do have, I play that. There's a lot of games out there that we all enjoy, a lot of games that people play. Why don't you get back to me in the comments? Write down something, tell me what kind of games you appreciate and what you hope will be coming out in the future to entertain you and I. This is Vlad, the Inhaler, and I want you to think about it.